Welcome to 411 Now. I am your temporary host, Crystal, Will's wife. So today I'm taking over Will's channel to do something a little bit different. I thought I would conscript Will into acting out certain prison hacks that we found and then upload them for your enjoyment. So let the games begin. The first one we're going to do is suggested by our daughter. The first one we're going to do is prison facial care. Will is going to show you how to take care of your face for a glowing complexion.
All right. Okay. So the first thing comes from obviously a suggestion from our daughter on skincare for prisoners. Now, in order to come up with a recipe and to find out what prisoners around the United States of America, these are not international, and what they do for skincare, and you may be quite surprised. But this is a three-step process that we found with not only just men, but men and women in the state prison system and the federal prison system. There are quite a few different recipes and videos that are on YouTube where there are, people who have gone through these recipes, but I'm going to show you the simplest, easiest one that is in a three-step process that both men, yes, men, and women both use in the prison system. So we're going to use these Geneva coffee cups to actually, put the items in. The first part is coffee grounds, instant coffee, or ground up coffee in larger granules. It doesn't really matter. It is already prepackaged and comes in these little tubes that you get from the commissary. You need a third empty cup and a second and a third empty cup. All right, stand back here a little bit. So the second cup, you're going to pour about 2 inches of water in. That is approximately 2 inches of water. The third one, you're going to pour about the same amount of water in. And now we're going to go back to the instant coffee. All right, instant coffee or whatever kind of coffee they can get a hold of. You're going to pour just a little bit of water in, about 2 tablespoons, like that. That's about 2 tablespoons. Then we couldn't get regular hand sanitizer, so we got Mickey Mouse. You're going to put a couple drops of Mickey Mouse hand sanitizer in there. So a couple drops of hand sanitizer.
Awesome.
1, 2, 3, 4. I think 4 is probably good. And the secret ingredient to this, ladies and gentlemen, is butter. I'm not joking. Melted butter. They get it, and if they don't have access to a microwave, they'll get hot tap water, put the butter in a piece of plastic bag, and run hot tap water over it until they can actually melt it. You do not want to get the fats in there, so I'm slowly draining this in there, minus the actual fat itself. So you can see the fat and the water are on the bottom. So that's probably enough there. Now, the next step is a prison inmate issue toothbrush. Yes, they will either have them like this that come into a little container, or they will have ones that slip onto your actual finger itself. The reason why they do not have the full-length toothbrushes on a toothbrush handle is because it can be used as a shank to kill people. So I'm going to need you to hold the camera and focus on the first cup down there. So you're going to take your toothbrush and you're going to mix all this up so it looks like a disgusting paste.
Yeah, that's pretty gross.
That's pretty gross, isn't it?
But I bet it's going to do wonders for your skin.
All right. Now we're going to let that soak for a little bit. Now, the second and third cup, focus on these two. All right. The second cup is going to stay just water. We're not adding anything in this cup. This is the third cup. The third cup, toothpaste.
For a minty fresh finish.
Yes, a minty fresh toothpaste. You put it on your actual finger. I've watched so many videos on how they do this. About that much toothpaste on your actual finger. See if that gives a reference there. And you're going to mix that in there until it's dissolved. Yeah, that is just gross. It feels gross on the finger too. It's like, why would you do that? I don't know, but there we go. It's pretty much dissolved. Then we don't have any prison inmate towels or washcloths because we're not in prison, nor have we ever been in prison. So we are using a kitchen towel. This kitchen towel, you're going to take the end of it, so lengthwise, all right? We're going to soak that water and toothpaste up on the one end of the towel. Yeah, so it's dripping wet. Just wring it out so it's not so disgusting. And take your toothpaste water, take my glasses off, and you're going to go in a swirl pattern, small swirl pattern, starting with your entire face. And ladies and gentlemen, I never knew this until yesterday. There is something that is called a T-zone on women.
No, it's on dudes too. It's not just a chick thing.
Yeah, but I didn't know what a T-zone was.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm like, okay.
Is this not
when you're rubbing it in circles, you're going to pay close attention to your T-zone. All right? So I'm going to do my whole face in this swirl pattern of toothpaste water, starting at the forehead, near the hairline, and then we're going to work our way down and pay closer attention to the T-zones.
So do they just not teach dudes about that?
T-zone? I swear to God, I'd never heard about it until yesterday for the first time.
Really?
Yeah. I was watching and reading a blog about after prison skincare for women and men who just got out of prison and what they're, who served long sentences, and what they're using now to as a skincare regimen now that they're out of prison and they don't have access to some of the things that they sell in prison. Some of these items, they're never going to use Colgate. They're going to use what's called state issue toothpaste and toothbrushes, and they're not the same. You can't find them out here. They're not the same formula or anything else. So, I'm gonna do my entire face, and then we're gonna cut this part out, and then we're gonna come back. All right. After you're done doing your entire T-zone and face in small little, quarter-size circular motions, you want to dry your face completely. Dry all of it off, making sure that you got your face is, and let it dry a little bit. Some of the hacks we found online said to then take the dry toothbrush before you mix this disgusting mix up, to take the dry toothbrush and actually go over the skin after you've done this with the toothpaste.
To exfoliate.
And exfoliate the actual skin itself. Others said, no, don't ever do that until later on afterwards, because it can cause severe redness to the actual face itself. But there's a hack that you can use afterwards with baby powder to take away a little bit of the red zone, redness if you have it from using the toothbrush to exfoliate the skin. But this, all right, now focus in here. You'll see how thick this has gotten. It is just a disgusting, gelatinous ickiness. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to start cleaning the face. You start with the forehead, smearing this all over and scrubbing it into your actual skin. Yes. Oh, yeah. Oh, that feels so weird and disgusting at the same time. I'm so glad that you talked me into this.
Hi, no problem. Now, a lot of people might find this a little bit weird, but you might be surprised to know that there are actually coffee grounds in a lot of commercial women's facial care products.
Yep. And that's what a lot of the ladies on the blogs were talking about, was just how much they've enjoyed certain products that are out here today. One of the products that a lot of women talked about that they really enjoy out here, scrub wise, is products that had either coconut oil or instead of the butter, using coconut oil in it itself.
I bet coconut oil is probably better for the skin than butter is.
Yeah, well, we're going to find out. We'll take a look at the after results after this is all over with.
I know people are going to be shocked to hear this, but Will doesn't really have a very regimented skincare routine. I mean, let's be honest. He just found out that the T-zone was a thing that exists like 3 days ago. So
Yeah.
I'm betting he's going to look absolutely lovely.
Put a comment down below. Tell me what am I going to look like after all this is over with. I can't forget the nose.
Ooh. You know, we should do another one later on beard care.
Yeah. I didn't find anything that they were talking about on the blogs about beard care. But I'm sure that there are people out there who do a lot of beard care. Yeah.
Well, you gotta keep your beard looking
all right.
good.
Well, I got my whole face?
I mean, except for the stuff under the beard. Yeah, you got your whole face, babe.
Now, you're supposed to wait 15 to 20 minutes with this on there. That is the average of what most of the people talked about on the blogs. And while you're waiting, you take your fingers. Again.
Small circles.
Uh-huh.
You want to stimulate the circulation in your skin as well as helping the collagen. Collagen is very important for skin elasticity.
15 to 20 minutes. You're supposed to wait for this all to be on your face.
I'm betting you don't even make 5. You look very unhappy.
This is the best part of my day. Right here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to smear this, you know, it does kind of smell like coffee and breakfast. Reminds me of breakfast.
Right? Now you smell delicious. So it's not just a skincare routine, it's a cologne.
I need the... You got a picture of it?
Open your eyes.
Huh?
Open your eyes. You look as fresh as a spring daisy.
Okay. After scrubbing it in and waiting the 15 to 20 minutes for it all to dry, then you take the opposite end of your towel and get it wet, and then remove it all from your face, and then pat dry your face again with a separate towel. Because remember, one end has already got the toothpaste water on it. The opposite end is what you use to in the third cup to wipe all of it off and clean your face completely. And it's red.
No, that's the glowing of health.
So my face may look red, but my wife tells me that's the absolute glowiness of, radiance of my skin. If you do this routine and you find out that you have red blotchy spots on your forehead or under your eyes, you can take baby powder and just pat it on your hand, and then lightly, go over to take out the redness, cover up the redness with a little bit of white baby powder. So that was the hack that they use afterwards in case they have a little redness. Okay, next one is for those who are not receiving commissary at all. And there are a lot of inmates out there who never get any money. They never get any visitation from their loved ones. But this is a hack that they can use to actually, enjoy a little something, here and there, while everybody else is sitting around and having chips and, sodas and other things. These are hacks for them. Toilet paper. We have 2 squares of toilet paper here, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to divide it in half, into 2. You take a piece of toilet paper and your toothpaste. Usually they suggest, and you do this with a minty toothpaste of some sort. You take a toothpaste, You put a glob of toothpaste in the middle of your toilet paper, and then you fold it, lengthwise, and then you're going to fold it back again. Okay, so you make a little square like that, and then eventually you end up with a little square, and you squish it all nice and disgustingly flat, like so. And then inside the mouth, like a pouch, and then you suck on it. Tastes like I have toothpaste in my mouth.
Can,
Yum.
can you chew on it like fake chewing gum?
Nope, you're not supposed to chew on it, just suck on it. Mmm. Yummy. I'm not joking. About that hack, there are those inmates out there who, they can't get commissary. They'll never get commissary, where they will never have snacks, and what the prison system feeds them is inadequate. Sometimes it's inedible, to be, even politely, saying. There were several instances in the news in the last couple of years where inmates were fed moldy bread, spoiled meats, vegetables and fruit that had been, discarded to the point where the company had written it all off and had thrown it into a dumpster, but yet somehow it ended up in the state penal system. And I understand a lot of people want to say in the comment section, well, they don't deserve anything. But I want you to remember this, ladies and gentlemen. 70% of all inmates who are in the state and federal prison right now today will eventually be out on the street with you, me, my wife, and my children. 70% will eventually be back out on the street someday. So just remember that. You treat them like shit today. They're going to remember that. And they're going to be back out here. And in a lot of circumstances, seeking some type of retribution for the way we treated them while they were locked up. But this toothpaste hack is something that those who don't get commissary use to actually get by, and to kill hunger pains while, in between meals, like maybe after, a lunch to a dinner or dinner to a breakfast. They will actually do this, and they will leave the toothpaste on there and unfold it until it dries out. Another hack is getting if they can get just a little bit of creamer powder, or sugar. They will mix the two together and put it inside of a state issue cup, which is like something like this, but with a handle or without a handle, depends upon the institution. They will put it in the actual cup itself with no water, microwave the living snot out of it, and then pour the contents out onto a piece of notebook paper or whatever they can get their hands on, and let it dry so it turns into almost like a rock candy. For the next hack that my wife is about to try, and yes, we fail miserably at it because we forgot one tiny little step in the entire process. And well, we thought it was just water and petroleum jelly. It's not water at all. It's hand sanitizer and petroleum jelly to make cosmetics, eyeliner, lipstick, whatever. Now, you can make it in any color you want. All you need to do is find something that has a glossy finish, and it must be on paper. You can make red, you can make any color of the rainbow, yellows, greens, you name it. Now, we are almost certain, and one of the tips of the people who posted on the Reformed Inmates website is a lady who is from the same county jail as Lori Vallow is currently incarcerated. And a lot of people originally speculated that the red lipstick that she wore and the eyeshadow that she wore was made from Skittles, but this almost certainly seems to be the hack that Lori Vallow was using there as well. And I will give you a quick demonstration of it on myself. And so you can see that it actually does work, but it did not work out for my wife, who you'll see right after might try. So I do not have the ad that my wife was using. So we will use this towel. Okay, the corner little piece of the towel. Petroleum jelly. Hand sanitizer. Yep, Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse. All right, so I'm going to put just a drop, if you guys can see that or not, just a drop of it. That's the glossy part right there. That's the hand sanitizer on the tip of the actual towel itself. All right, now we're going to dip that corner into the petroleum jelly, coating over the top of where the hand sanitizer soaked into the towel. All right, can you see that? That's the petroleum jelly on the end of the towel. Now, I don't have that notebook, so I'm going to use the black right here from the edge of the actual notebook itself. Okay, so take it and you rub on the actual, so I'm rubbing right here on the top edge. You can see it here. You have to do a tiny little bit at a time. And it's going to come off there. See that? Not. But, see my face? Again. You can do this in any color. Browns, greens, reds, and it goes on. It's nice and smooth. What the petroleum jelly does is it helps it aid like lipstick. You know. And that's what they do. That's how they make so many different colors. There's only 4 colors of Skittles, right? 5 colors of Skittles. But with this, they can make multiple different ones. And I am charged with the camera now.
Oh no! He's in charge of the camera.
So with this hack, explain what it is.
Okay, so while this was my idea and I took over Will's channel, he's the one who actually did all of the research because I'm just the idea person. And so Will discovered a makeup hack. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take Vaseline or some other form of petroleum jelly.
Yep.
Can we say the actual brand
name?
Yeah. Yeah.
We're not sponsored by them. They're not going to pay us for it, so they can consider this free advertisement.
And we're going to take toilet paper square, and we're going to take a glossy flyer. And what we're going to basically be doing is using this petroleum-based product to remove the inks and dyes, and then use that to transfer. I would also like to preface this by saying I don't think this is entirely safe because not all dyes are non-toxic.
Yeah, but if you're in prison, you're most likely going to die, but you still want to look good.
And I will 100% admit that I'm not entirely sure why somebody in prison is going to be caring about makeup. I don't care about makeup and I'm not in prison. I feel like it would be really low on my list of priorities.
Is it transferring at all?
Maybe we need something else. Oh, there we go. I think you have to make the noises too. All right, got some red. So some of those worked better than others. We gave it a solid go, and I'm guessing doing these is even harder for people who are incarcerated because they don't necessarily have the resources. I could hypothetically go back into the house out of the studio, grab myself another flyer, give it another whirl, but people of limited resources, they didn't really have experimentation time. It is really fascinating to me, actually, that, these hacks have developed and gone around and are part of the culture of incarcerated persons. And the fact that they're bringing a little bit of luxury you know, to people's lives, and it highlights that everybody needs a little bit of comfort, except for the toothpaste and the cheek thing. That just made me sad. That makes me really sad, actually. Anyways, so thank you for letting me take over Will's channel. Thank you for watching me put Will through the paces as I make him do random things and put gunk on his face. Let us know in the comments if there's anything that else you would like to see Will do. And thank you very much for watching. Everybody have a great day. Oh, wait a second. You stay safe out there.